Welcome to the meetup today, and hi there also on Facebook. Welcome to join. I'm glad to see your faces here. Today we have a very interesting topic. So, how to reach better results? How can I help you to actually achieve what you want? I see some new names here on the list. So let me introduce myself before we go to how did I 10x my income in less than 12 months. And I would love to take your questions as well. We can use this as a working session. So take notes while I'm speaking, and I will take also your comments, your questions at the end. Let me just mute you for a second for the background noise so you can hear me well. And of course, you can unmute when I take your questions and use the chat. First of all, I would like to hear, where are you joining from? I'm calling from London, where we live at the moment. We traveled for 3 years, so explored 4 different continents, creating memorable experiences with my husband, and now we are back in London. So if you're visiting London or here in London, would love to meet you in person. Otherwise, I will be guiding you weekly here in the meetups. This is my way to support experts who want to up level their life, their career. What do they want to be experiencing, achieve in their life, in their business? What is meaningful? And how do I do that? I actually do have my background in marketing, in branding, enhancing sales, building businesses, helping businesses to grow. That's my corporate experience, which I did before I pivoted. I found the field of coaching, and now I've had my coaching training business for the past few years and guiding experts worldwide, not only in Europe and US, but actually globally. So, hi, Paul from Montreal. Nice to meet you. I'm originally from Helsinki, from Finland. If some of you have visited the happiest country in the world, now 6 times in a row, people are like, why did you leave? Well, there's good reasons for that. And one of them is meeting my husband. But yes, if we haven't met yet, my name is Kaisa Siipilehto. I know it might be difficult to pronounce for some, but because it's a very Finnish name. But I'm glad to see you here, whether you are joining this live or watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, do comment below. So I'll take your questions also after this meetup. So who here wants to gain better results? I would like to hear from you. Put me in the chat or raise your hand if you're here on Zoom or there on Facebook. Put me in the chat. Who wants to gain better results? This session is especially for you if you've been wanting to do something for a while, achieve something, but you've been struggling to gain the results that you actually want to see in your life. I will share the experience of how did I 10x my income, but this 3-step method you can use for anything you want to achieve in your life, in your business, whether you're, well, actually, I would like to hear from you as I invite you to write in the chat, what is the one thing that you really want to achieve this year? What would be the primary goal for you? I know for some of my clients is to move abroad or explore different countries, which I'm advocating a lot, have that remote work option, whether it is remote working for someone or employing themselves. Some people want to pivot from their 9 to 5 to starting their businesses. What is it for you? I would love to hear in the chat. And yes, if you have many targets, what would be the one that you really are the most excited about? So, let me go to the 3 key points so we can actually then have time for the questions. I want to do this very rapidly. So take a note. Like I said, this 3-step method that I'm going to share today, I have used personally. I guide my clients to use this as well. So how they can achieve the goals that they have now present, which are meaningful. This might sound very obvious, but I do want to highlight these because I lacked some areas in these 3 points. I kind of had them in place, but not enough clarity or courage to actually use the potential that these 3 methods, these 3 areas have. So that's why I'm sharing them with you, because I have struggled with those myself, but I also see my clients lacking the same things as I did. Let me just see here, being able to move from wherever, so I can spend several months a year traveling. Yes, River, I have many people who want to travel more. Some people don't want to move abroad. That's a big thing. Oh yes, being able to work. I was like, what is this sentence? Being able to work whenever, wherever. Paul, double my revenue. Well, hopefully these 3 will definitely help you to achieve that. So, like I said, the first thing that I really want you to focus on, and now my clients who are here know this very well, and how we are honing in and specifying a strong vision. Everything starts with a strong vision. And yes, you might have heard of this many times, but what I really want to share with you, that it is twofold. I had a vision that was really helping others, but I lacked the personal motivation to really get me out of bed, feeling excited and knowing that my actions will not only help others, but that what I will gain from that. I don't know if there's somebody who can relate to that. I hear a lot of my clients who want to serve more people. So maybe there is that personal driver already, and they want a bigger mission, a bigger vision than themselves. So these are the 2 aspects I really want you to have in your vision statement. What are you wanting for yourself? What is the impact for your life when you will live the vision? Let's imagine now what you want to achieve in 2024. That's a good 12 months to look at that. Of course, you can have some of my clients have goals what to achieve by June or August or September. You can have those as well. But if you look at this year, what are the things that you want to experience? What are the results that you want? Like Paul said here, double my revenue. In which time frame? And Paul, I would invite you to also think about how much you want to work. How much do you want to take time off? So what is the actual time frame that you want to double your revenue? Meaning that if you want to double your revenue within the year, but you want to take a month off to travel like River, then you want to double the revenue in 11 months. So then you will divide that goal by 11. Okay, so that was my thing. Having the strong vision, which has strong enough personal driver. What excites you, like my client said yesterday in our group session, that how to get out of bed to feel excited. And she was missing that aspect. And she noticed, I don't have that. I want to be helping people every day. Having that concrete service aspect there on top of her personal targets. So how to have those both? I want you to, whether it is in your career, in your job, or in your business, to have a vision that is bigger than yourself. If you don't want to be thinking of legacy yet, like what you will leave behind, you can think about more concrete actions, like my client said, like how many people she wants to serve this year. Because when you have a strong enough vision with the two aspects that I mentioned, you will have the excitement, the drive, the motivation, even when the struggles hit. When you have any fears, when you have any doubts, I want you to think about the impact on your life and for others that your vision will have. And when you're thinking about that impact, it kind of makes the activity or the goal a bit more like objective. You can have a more objective view on that. So maybe, or at least I did, and this helped me to take action, knowing what is my mission and what these actions will give to me and for others. That helped me to kind of, yes, you don't need to like get rid of the fear, just acknowledge whatever maybe negative feelings or emotions or thoughts you would be having. And I assure you, those will come when you have a big vision, big enough that it scares you. And I want you to have big enough vision that it kind of scares you a little bit. That will only tell you how important it is. In my opinion, that's how I feel about fear these days, that it tells me how important that actually is. So yeah, that will help you to acknowledge the negative sides, and successful people also have those. They are just not letting it hinder them. They're not letting the fear or doubt or any negative thought or being like, oh, I have lack of experience in this, hold them back. They acknowledge it. It's like, okay, there you are. Go watch and see when I actually execute this. So yeah, that was the first one. Let's go to the second one. Once you have the vision, I want you to have a solid strategy. Now planning comes to place. The more clear you are on your vision, the easier it is to come up with that strategy. Your strategy, whether it is moving abroad, finding a new job, doubling your business income, the revenue target, that will really help you to feel grounded. At least for me, it's a game changer that I know that doing these actions, I will gain these results. It helps me with the decision making. I have a personality that I come up with new ideas all the time, and I would love to do all of them, most all. But then there's also the perfectionist in me, which I call that I'm recovering perfectionist. So this is kind of a challenge for me, that I get new ideas all the time. So that is challenging my focus, because I'm like kind of wanting to go here and there and everywhere. So now having a solid strategy, which I didn't have when I started. I was going here and there and pivoting and adjusting my services, my messages, my audience, like everything. I wasn't sticking long enough to one thing to get enough feedback to help me actually build on something. So I do want to share this with you, how the vision will help you to nail down your strategy, to put that in place, which help you to prioritize, to think about what is the next step, to break down the, let's say if your vision is for 12 months, you can think about what are your quarterly goals? What do you want to achieve in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Have those actions there, targeted outcomes for that time frame, and then what are the actions that will help you get there? Think about what is your strategy, what needs to be included in that, and I want you to be simple as you can, simple and specific, and having those time frames there as well. That said, you might learn new things and you will grow personally, professionally. So what I do with my clients is that we revisit their vision statements every time we meet. And if there's a need to update something, take something out, the focus has shifted, or something they have noticed that is missing and wanting to add that element. Like I said, my client had that yesterday. Which takes me to the number 3. Take action. Test. I want you to take the entrepreneurial mindset, whether you are entrepreneur or not. But what I mean by entrepreneurial mindset is that go out, take the minimum action towards the goal that you have, test out as soon as you can. Because the faster you test out, you get those results. If something is working or not working, and then I want you to build on what is working and shift what is not working. What can you do? And I don't want you to be like thinking, oh, I tested this, I got 0 results, it was a waste of time. No, it isn't. If you don't get the results that you're looking for, it's only information that this didn't work. Okay, what can I do? What else can I do? Does that make sense? I would like to hear in the chat which of these 3 areas you feel like you struggle the most. Is it having a strong enough vision? Is it coming up with a clear, solid strategy that helps you to manage your time, plan your activities, help you with the decision making? And what I love is to help you say yes or no, whether it is for potential employers, partners, clients, relationship. Or 3, taking action. Are you lacking the, okay, I love planning, I love that too, but then lacking maybe the starting part or the follow through? Solid strategy, bold actions. My current struggle is creating the strategy. Consistent action. So, okay, I hear that you have clear visions, but now there is a lack in the strategy and taking bold actions. I like the word bold. I like to use courageous. And consistent. Yes, yes, that is a key as well. This is, Lynette, and all of you, I invite you to think about what is something that you're committed to do consistently. I host these live meetups every week. Yes, for you to pour myself out here to help you, but it is also for me to build my leadership skills, that I'm committed to show up for myself and for you every week. It's for me, and here I am for you. What is the consistent action that you would need in your business, or what is the thing missing? So like I said, I struggled in these 3 areas, not having the personal enough driver in my vision to really go for it. I was going elements of it, and I kind of had a vision, but it wasn't strong enough to ground me, to really like help me push forward despite the fears that I had. Then I got help. I asked for help. I knew I had some doubts and fears that I wanted to work on. And guess what? When I did get that coaching and training, I found I have a few more than I even had noticed myself. When I was first of all, noticing what I was lacking, what was holding me back, and when I got to practice them, it has really helped me in many ways. And not only in my business, I took that leadership training to have a vision for my business, what I want to focus on. And actually, it changed a lot for my relationships as well. I was like, how is my husband more loving than ever? Which was actually that I had worked on myself, and I was able to receive more. I was able to give more. So I just want you to notice, like, whatever it is that might be holding you back, what can be possible when you acknowledge it and let go of it. And it might have even more impact that you will initially notice or think about. That happened to me. Strategy, I kind of had, but I wasn't following it. I wasn't taking the consistent action. I was too busy. There is no such thing as too busy. And I kind of want to put a blame on that I didn't have that personal driver. But I don't want to make excuses here. But I got help and coaching to come up with a strategy. Now I have a totally new approach and motivation for this year, because these are connected. The personal drivers, the impact I want to create. And now that I have some experience and results from taking action, I can see what is possible. So I want you to, thanks for sharing so honestly. Yes, I really want to be vulnerable. So I hope you're non-judgmental here and open-minded, because I want to say that this wasn't like, oh my God, I just 10x my income and that was all easy. No. Like I said, when you have a big vision or big achievements that you want to have, yes, there might be challenges along the way, most likely. So I hope these will really help you. I know these are only 3 elements, but I think these are really the foundational ones for you to get what you want. So again, those of you who said like having solid strategy, what has been missing? And I want to share that I noticed in a training that I was just in that I had been tactical, not strategic. And meaning that, like I shared earlier, that I get these ideas and I'm kind of like, that is scattering my focus because I kind of want to go here and there and start different initiatives and projects. So I was kind of reacting, like doing things on the spot, which didn't allow me enough time to actually build good campaigns or like whatever it was, you know? So instead of tactical, I now want to be strategic. I have a clear focus in my business. And I do invite all of you who are building your businesses, or you're looking for a new job and you want to market yourself. Don't think about what you can. Think about what you want and focus on that, how much you can narrow it down. Because the more specific you are, and oh God, I struggled with this. I really wanted to help so many that I wasn't marketing anything to anyone because I was too broad. So really hone in. And I'm looking at someone here that we just worked on this. And in just 2 sessions, if I may share, in the first session we had, not the first session, but in these last 2 sessions we had together, in one, she got rid of the business areas, the services she could provide, but she wasn't excited about. And we actually found the area she is passionate about, herself and helping others. And in the second, we narrowed down that needs, that offer, that messaging, and boom, everything starts to come together. So I want to share you that having that strong vision and being specific on it will help you with the next steps. And then to take action. And like she said, like, oh, I'm on a step B and I want to be on step M or something like that. And I was like, yes, I know. Don't we all want fast results? And it might be, if you're an action taker, it might feel a struggle to do the planning and really sit down, put your mind in it and do the plans. Don't worry, you'll get to the action. Because both parts are important. You need the planning so that you're not scattered like myself, so that you can really put your time, energy, effort into the actions that will create you the results. And if not, test again what can work. And then there's those who love planning, but they are afraid to take that bold action. What's getting in the way of taking, I'm just using the examples here mentioned, bold action or consistent action, and how you can develop your leadership skills to get over that fear or thought that you have, that doubt or whatever is getting in the way. Or if it's the consistency, what will help you? Like I said, I'm committed to do this weekly. Even when I had an anniversary trip with my husband, I took all the coaching sessions away, but I was like, I will need that half an hour to have this. I came back from the beach to have the meetup, and then I went back to the beach. Because it was for myself, like I said, shared that it is for my leadership, building my leadership skills. To be consistent, which I have struggled myself. Okay, whew, I've been talking a lot. Please do share if you have some questions or raise your hand. Oh, here's the question. How long approximately should you give yourself before discarding an action that's not working? I would maybe want a little bit more context here, and knowing you, if it's starting a podcast, you want to do something long enough. And Lynette, I don't have an exact answer for you. I've been hosting these meetups since maybe June, if I remember correctly, by June. First, I had a few people, then there was more people, then it got quiet. I even had sessions because I had to reschedule. I even hosted some that nobody showed up, but I showed up. And now I can see, again, more of you here. So depending on what you do, it might change. And I've been kind of adjusting. I host these on Zoom, which the consistent element is hosting these on Zoom and inviting who are on my email list. And then I've been changing from Instagram lives to now Facebook live to sharing my group. So there's a changing element in that as well. So I don't know if this helps you to think about what could be that consistent thing and what you can test kind of like there, if it's some ways. Does that help you? Okay. Do you have other questions that I can support you with? I've been unmuting you, so if you do want to come off mute and ask your question, I'm happy to take those questions. Oh, what I did want to share. Oh, here's another one. Long enough to at least see if there are any results, tweaks required. Yes. An example was that, for example, one of my clients emailed during close to holiday time, emailed 50 in her network, and she got 0 results, like not the results that she was, the responses she wanted. So I was like, okay, what can we do? Are they the right audience? Is the message correct? Do you want to follow up? Because often emails go to spam. So thinking like that wasn't a waste of time. You can follow up, tweak your message, or ask, hey, if not you, who do you know who would want to invest in their well-being? If this helps also, like I don't want you to consider that an action is a waste of time. Is that what do you learn from it and what you can tweak? Okay. Not like, of course, I didn't say like, yeah, stop emailing. Based on the 50 emails in December, like stop emailing altogether. No. It was like, what can you do next? And for me, for example, when I've been inviting experts to my events, I've got the most responses from the second email. So if I didn't do the follow-up, they wouldn't have joined my summits to bring you content. Okay. So yes, when you are taking action and testing, I want you to think about what are the resources you already have, what is the skill, knowledge you already have, and what do you need? If it's something new that you're trying, I strongly advise to look for some support from a person who has done that before or similar. Like I said, I'm a coach, but I want coaching as well. I've taken business coaching, leadership training, a number of things, mentoring people to help me with my strategy. Like I said, I'm a coach who needs coaching as well. So how they have helped me to notice those pitfalls, those fears, how to overcome that, to gain the clarity. Because sometimes we are too in it to see what's missing. So having that other person, and as much as I love my friends and family to do that with, I do want someone who's in my field, a professional who is a cheerleader for me. Like I'm the cheerleader for my clients, the objective person to help you. And really, this was, I do want to share with you. One of my nerds was like, I can't challenge my clients because if I challenge my clients, they don't want to work with me. And much more than a cheerleader. Thank you, River. So when I got rid of this voice that was saying that if I don't challenge my clients, they don't want, if I challenge my clients, they don't want to work with me. Well, is that serving my clients? No, I'm not their best friend. I'm there to want the best for them. And in order for me to do that, I do challenge them gently. Normally, that's my style. Sometimes a bit more assertive. But my responsibility is to let them see what is missing for them. And I need the coaching myself to do that. Like I said, shared. So what are the resources you have and what do you need to acquire to help you gain the results? Like you mentioned here, not having the solid strategy, who can help you to come up with that strategy? If you're lacking the follow through, starting, taking bold actions, who can support you to be consistent, have the courage to do that? Have an accountability body, for example. That's kind of like my group coaching is for that when we meet, often it is the accountability that people show up. They come up with the actions that they are committed and sharing that with others. Is often what they look for. In the private sessions, like I mentioned, then we can go really like deeper into their situation, come up with the plans that will help them forward, and especially if there are some of those roadblocks that we want to work on. Okay, whew, I'm getting warm here, steaming because I'm so passionate about this topic. But before I finish the session today, I do have an offer for those of you who are action takers. I'm looking to work with people who want to get results now, take action, who are committed to changing whatever is needed to gain the results that they want in their life and business. So those of you who do want to take action, I will pay 30 days for you. So those of you who commit to working 3 months with me, I will pay one full membership tuition for you. If this sounds that something that you're interested in, I want you to get a rapid start. I know 2024 started already, but don't worry if you've been just enjoying your holidays and kind of being like, oh, did that new year go already? If you lack that vision or strategy or action or any other element that you want to work with, maybe I'm the right coach for you, maybe I'm not. So I'm meeting with everyone before we start your membership. So if you want to hear more, do book a discovery call with me or email me, kaisa@liviojoy.com. Email me success, or if you're booking through the Calendly link, I'll put this in the chat. Put the word success so I know that you're from this call, and I promised to pay that 1 month tuition for you. Why isn't it sending? Okay, now it's sent. I will put this also in the Facebook comments below. This is for you who showed up here, wanted to commit to making those changes that you need to gain better results, to create the results that you want. Whether it is doubling the income, having the option to create the income remotely so that you can travel, what other priorities you have, that vision you have for yourself, and how can I support you to come up with the strategy, hone in on the actions that will gain you the results. And like I said, if not, then we'll tweak. So yes, there are now the details. So like I shared, and this is risk-free. I do want your commitment for 3 months for us to gain results. But like I shared, like tasks in 2 meetings, how much we progressed with one of my clients. So if you want to work the next 3 months with me or longer, the initial period is 3 months, and I will pay 1 month tuition for you. Of course, we have the ability to continue. What I mean by risk-free is that if this program is not for you, you have 30 days to cancel and get your money back. Because I know that, and that's why I do want to meet with you before we start your membership. So do email me success@liviojoy.com, or when you book the Calendly, through the Calendly, your discovery call, put the success in the comments so that then I will promise to pay that month, the 30 days for you. Okay, I have a question here. I'd still be trying to figure out what I'm doing, what I'm going to do with my life, like I was for years, if it wasn't for you. Thank you. If it wasn't for Kaisa, what did I read? And I do want to acknowledge you, River. Though you waited decades, you're now taking action. You're choosing yourself, your happiness. And I love that you're bold and how you thought about, like, this is what I can do, but this is not what I want to do. And now you're focusing on building the business on your passion project that will be a passion for others as well. I'm so excited to work with you. So thanks for the comment. So yes, I'll meet you next week. So come, show up for yourself, not for me. Well, I love to see your faces too, but do show up, have that consistent action, or go build your strategy, bring it to the next session, how I can support you in the areas that you find challenging. Very insightful. Thank you. Thanks as always. Great to see the familiar faces showing up here and the new faces. So like I said, this is my way of contributing to my community of those ambitious experts who want the better life quality, the successes that await them, and how they can serve others. So like I shared, we meet weekly, normally on Thursdays at this time, unless there's something else that I've needed to reschedule. So do check your email. So I will share always the new event, but this link will always direct you here, the couragetolead.in/meetup. So you will always find your way to this Zoom call. Before I close, I would love to hear in the chat, what was the one thing that you're walking away today? What was the aha? What was something that you needed to hear? What did you learn new? What was your biggest takeaway? Please put in the chat or there on Facebook as well. Because I would like to know that what was the useful part, what did you learn, so that we are not here just chatting and connecting, but what you can take away from the call as well. Or if you're watching the replay, do put it below so I'll see the comments afterwards as well. I look forward to meeting you in your discovery calls. That is without any commitment yet. Like I shared, I will meet with you before we start working together to see if the program and if I'm the right person that can guide you to the next level in your life or business. Act and give myself enough time to see if it works or not. Yes, and knowing your project is be committed long enough. Like I shared, or what I had heard, that most people finish their podcast after half a year, when on average it takes 2 years for the podcast to skyrocket. So if you get some data on the vision, the goals that you have, do go reach out to the other experts who know from that field. That the steps I'm working on now will help me as I'm building and growing my business. For that, I do want to share what my coach is saying to me, is focus on the step that you're on. Yes, it's important to have the longer term vision and a longer term strategy, but I know us who want rapid results, we are impatient to see those results and wins. Sometimes I am. Those to find the instant gratification, focus on the step that you're on. Knowing the direction you want to go towards, but focusing on like, okay, this is the step, those will follow. I will get there, but first I need to focus on this, honing on this. Whether it is the vision, the strategy, or taking action, testing, and then tweaking the other steps. Taking consistent action. I love that. And I'm going to finish with that because another coach of mine said that strategy is maybe like 10%, but then action is everything. So that strategy will help you to be grounded, help you with the decision-making, time management, coming up with the activities. But without action, there is no results. So taking that action, and I love the word consistent because that's where I struggled. That's where I see many people struggle, to have that consistency, because that will help you to gain the results. Like I shared in the beginning, these are the 3 steps that I worked on to 10 times my income. Actually, I did that faster, but so that it wasn't like a one-hit wonder. Now I know that I'm consistently making that. So I just compared January last year to January income projection, and it's over 10 times what I had last year. But I think I was there actually in 6 months. But now I know it's consistent, so I'm confident enough to share this with you. And this will help you to gain whatever is that you want to achieve. And having the consistency. I'm not here sharing like I had 1 month that it was 10x, but it is actually consistent. Record the progress, the results that you're gaining, because you can use that information to help others to see what's possible. I looked at last year, and those clients who were active job seekers, 90% got employed or self-employed within 1 to 6 months. So I know I can guarantee an impactful life and career changes within months. What can you promise for your clients or your employer? Like I said, 90%. Of course, I can't guarantee it 100% because it's so much about the other person and how much you take action. But what are the results? What are the promises? Like we talked about yesterday in the group session as well. What is the promise? And build on what is working. Okay, I'm gonna finish with that. I would love to hear again next week. What is the step that you're on? What is maybe the struggle? How I can help you? So bring your questions. I will take more questions then. Now that you have a week to work on these things, come up with those that are challenging for you, how I can support you to really get a step forward in these areas. Okay. See you next week or in your next session with me or a call. I look forward to connecting with you again. So have a great rest of your morning, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. So I'll see you shortly. Bye.